any challenges in the poultry business, and what solutions have you come up with?
Yeah, I've faced enormous challenges, and some of them are too big for me to solve. And some of them are at government level, some of them are at my level I can solve. And I'm going to be able to show you what are those challenges at government level, national, and then the one for the ordinary farmer. For instance, at my level, there are issues of infections. Birds can easily get infected if you are not disciplined at management. For instance, at this level, at the brooder, I have this sprayer. This sprayer is has disinfectant content inside here.
Okay.
It's called Norocleans. There is a chemical called Norocleans that disinfects myself or anybody that enters here. So before I enter there, I have to disinfect my shoes, and then make sure my shoes are free from any kind of infection. Sometimes I even do it on my legs. If possible, you do on your clothes like this. You might get a little bit wet, but you dry up very fast. The most important thing is you disinfect all yourself. The other people can get a jerry can, cut it, put a sponge, and then put water with disinfectant. Somebody has to step in first and then access the brooder. If you don't do that, you might move around and step on maybe other birds' droppings, the wild birds or other people's poultry birds, and then you carry the infections. Sometimes you carry infections like coryza. Those are types of infections. There's coryza, there is coccidiosis, there is bird flu, pox, and all those other infections. So should a bird get infected at the brooder level, that bird might disturb you throughout its growth time. Because at brooder level, why we actually have a brooder is to also avoid the level of infections at that stage. Because it's just like a child growing. If a child falls sick more frequently at their first time of delivery, first days of delivery, after delivery, you might find it. Sometimes those children develop other complications as they grow up to adulthood. So the same applies to birds. You must make sure you minimize as much as possible the infections that might get them at that stage. Then I could talk about some challenges at national level.
Okay.
You could. I've come to realize that there are many fake products, especially things to do with medicine. There are many circuits on the market. So if you're a new farmer, it's very easy to land on fake circuits, and then you are treating a disease and yet you are just escalating it. And many farmers have lost birds because of that kind of problem.
So they duplicate the same thing from the original to the.
So it's hard to detect to get the right circuits, unless if you have taken some time in business, and then you master, you consult from other people, what kind of other people that are doing business, not these vets. Some of them are just doing business and they know, if I get these fake circuits, I can make more money than the original circuits. So I would urge government out there, whichever ministry is in charge, Ministry of Agriculture and what, to do animal control, to be able to regulate these fake vaccines, fake medicines that farmers are using. Otherwise, many people are losing birds because of that kind of unregulated crop. So far, that is what I think is the other problem is you can buy chicks that are already sick. So you buy chicks that their parent stock was infected, and then they disturb you throughout. Like I had a stock some time back that was sick, and getting information from other farmers, they could tell you that even me in that period, even me, my chicks disturbed me this season. The other farmer is telling you the same. So you realize that the parent stock in that season had an infection that these people selling to us the chicks would have even detected that and do not disturb the ordinary farmer with infected chicks. So those could be challenges that I cannot personally avoid. If I want to be in business, you end up buying those affected chicks, infected chicks, and then they disturb you, they reduce the level of profit you have to get. If you're to get maybe say 500,000 on a stock, you might end up getting 200 and the 300 getting lost in the treating of that kind of.
So you cannot take back those chicks once you've bought them.
Once you have bought, they will tell you you've mismanaged them, because of course you do not have guarantee. You can't, when they are giving them to you, they are not. You cannot see that they are infected because they are day one chicks. So they can easily tell you are moving, maybe in transit they got affected, and that is beyond their control. It is your loss. So it's a complicated challenge. We know that us as farmers, these people who are breeding are the ones that cause such things. They need to make sure their parent stocks are well vaccinated, well fed, to be able to produce very strong chicks for the farmers to work with. Yeah. Okay. Stage where we've been. They come to these structures you see here. Okay, and now this is a homestead setup. You see, when the children can be able to feed the birds using the leftover feeds. So in this manner they learn the whole business project. Don't be surprised when these kids in the future become the biggest poultry farmers in the country. So they learn from the homestead setup. So from here you can start feeding them with the broken, like I told you, of course with the
maize
nutrients mixed with advanced KBC, okay? The KBC from cow dyes. You can also use Hendrix depending on the availability of these nutrients. Okay, so at this level we can keep them for a period of 2 months to 3. Okay, depending on how they work very well and the level of nutrients you feed these birds. So I can talk about market from here. We have 2 types of markets. There's what we call walk-in customers that come to the farm and say, I want this bird. You chase it and give the customer. We have the clients that we reach, the customers that we reach ourselves. Those are the customers that I would get orders from social media, Facebook, my Facebook page, my WhatsApp. They give me the orders, we slaughter them, and then we package them very well using of course the files and the plates. I'll give you some pictures for your purpose as you do. Yes, so you can take back now. So I'll give you some pictures to use in this very video to show you the kind of packages that we'll do. Maybe I can give you an example, or I don't want to do to advertise for Yuga Chick, but that kind of packaging Yuga Chick uses is what we also use here with these small birds that we have. Of course, in future, even if I'm not here, I plan to have this type of bird is called broiler birds. Broilers. They're not the broilers.
So what is the use of broilers? What do they do? Are they eaten? Are they for?
Yeah, they're raised
for eggs. They're for what?
They're raised for meat. Meat, Papa, because one broiler can weigh up to 3 kgs. So, and you know that a bird to weigh 3 kgs is big. Is 3 to 4 kgs. So that is good meat on the market. But the difference with this is closer to the local birds. And you know that our market here in Uganda gets interested so much in the local birds. So we decided to do this because it is more like the local birds, so people can use. Some people have used them for introductions. They buy them to take to the bapos. It is closer to the way it looks. If somebody does not tell you it's a local bird, I mean it's an exotic bird, you might not know. So some people use them in the restaurants to cook local dishes. You cannot cook broilers on a local dish. You have broilers are used for roasting, deep frying, and all that. You get.
So are you saying that they are highly demanded in Uganda?
Yeah, they are on high demand compared to broilers,
other breeds, yeah?
to other breeds, according to me.
Okay.
Because when I say now, when I open my plants that I'm ready for sale, these all ones you see here can be finished in 2-3 days.
Wow.
These ones you see. So 2-3 days, the moment I open the market, they can be done. So that's what I'm trying to show you. I'll give you quick calculations in terms of profits, how much you make. On 100 birds of these broilers, 100, if they grow very well and mature, get to a good size, you can sell each bird at 30,000. Wow. Each bird, a good size. Open currencies, dollars, it can be, that is close to $8 to $9. Okay. So per bird. And if there are 100 birds, that means we have 30,000 times 100. That is 3 million.
Wow. And Uganda shillings.
3 million Uganda shillings. Okay. 100 birds. So if they do not disturb you so much, falling sick and all that, you will have used about 2 million to raise them to that level. And that is depending on how much you play with your feeds. Because for me, I don't go and buy broken from the animal feed shops. I would rather go to the farmer and buy a ton of maize and then go and break it. So there I will have used, each kg would end at about 800 shillings a kg of broken. Okay. And yet when you go to the farmers, to the open shops, animal feed shops, you'll find a kilo of broken at 1,200. So there's a big difference. So when I tell you, for me I will have used 2 million, you will say, this guy is lying. For me, when I go and buy maize at the market, that might be a higher input than what he's saying.
Is it okay if we enter the poultry farm?
Yeah, there's no problem. Good enough. I have a disinfectant basin here. We shall just wet just the sole. You don't need to dip your whole shoe. You could just do it like this. As long as we wet the sole that moves around, we are set. You're free to come around.
Okay, thank you.
So you can wet your shoe as well. Good. You have a very nice shoe. That way.
Thank you.
So this is the temporary structure I was telling you about. And here I used available resources. You see, these woods, I didn't buy them. These were just wasted woods around, and picked them. When you come and I show you, this is an old chain link I bought from somebody cheaply, but you see it helped me very well. Okay. It's when you look at the other outside structure, those poles were going to be used as firewood. I just used them to construct that other extension of the house.
So you have the dogs.
Yeah, those dogs help me to keep these birds.
Are they friendly?
Yes, they are. They are friendly.
Well, they're barking. They kind of scare me.
Yeah, they can scare those who have come to harm the farm and these other people. But
the visitors, they don't know the visitors. Eh?
They know visitors. For as long as I am with the visitors, they can't hurt them.
Okay.
So I put litter. This is coffee husks. I have to put as much litter as possible because I have not put cement on the ground. Okay. If you put cement, you do not make it the nil type of cement. You make it a rough one. But of course you have to put the litter. But there you put small amounts of litter. But now because the ground is soil, I must put like too much litter to avoid the finish. This light. I have a light. Sometimes I would want to have the birds feed throughout the night, during day and night. So I have to connect light here, so that they feed. Like when they come from the brooder, they do not have to just be switched direct to normal feeding, because they are used to feeding day and night. So I must switch on the light for them to feed, so that they gain the required weight. if you see this part, it's a section that is different from the main house. It's used for separating sick birds from the normal birds. The moment I realized there is a bird that is sick, you can see other birds are moving freely, and these that are sick,
So they are sick.
I have to separate them from the other one so that they are given adequate attention. They take more medicine than the others, so they heal. They heal. Falling sick is a normal thing. Human beings fall sick. Even I have sick turkeys here. These ones are also taking more water.
So you're also having turkeys on the farm?
Yes. I have. So far I have 7, but I have a dream of having about more than 100 turkeys here. But I also have other eggs for the family. I don't buy eggs. These birds lay at random. You come around and find 4 eggs laid, pick them and just put them on a tray for the kids to eat. So that saved me the burden of buying eggs. I don't know when I last bought eggs. I have eggs here.
Wow.
Generally, that is it. So that is all. I can show you just an extension of this. When they become maybe 1.5 months, they are supposed to be now allowed to come out of the house and use the outside space. That helps them to have more space to breathe, to eat grass, to eat the insects. You see that one scratching. You know, these feeds that we give them are manufactured feeds. So these birds, since they are more of the local type, they want to go and scratch, eat the insects. That helps them also boost their immunity. So
and
that's why
the greens.
exactly,
I'm seeing here,
yes,
greens.
yes. That's why I put this net to allow them come out of the confined space and come into the bigger space before they go for sale. Generally, that is it.
So which advice do you have for the upcoming poultry farmers?
Yeah, I would advise,
or any person who would want to start up any business, not only poultry?
One thing I would advise business people, whoever wants to start a business, you need to know 2 things. One, you need to start small, and then the second thing is start. You know, there are 2 different things. You start small and also the starting time. The more you take long to start, the more you stay in your own in your own state. You know, when you start, you learn many things. Because if you start, you are learning it. You are different from the one who has not yet started. So you are learning. You learn from that point. And then even if it challenges you, by the time you are improving it, you will have learned from the starting point and then improve. So you keep on improving, and yet this person who has not started does not know even how business runs. So 2 things I would ask you to do. Please start small and start now. Like if it is birds, do not start with 1,000. Start with 15.
Otandika na katono
katono. Otandika n'ekinene kigenda kutabukako. Ate bwentereza mukone kuba naffe aboogera Oluganda nti ebintu bibiri by'olina okwetegereza nti olina okutandika n'ekitono oba tandika n'ekitono ate tandikirawo. Bw'otatandikirawo oba toyiga. Kitegedde oli omulala atandise yalina ebintu byayiga mu process, naye gwe atanatandika obeerawo nga tolina ky'omanyi mu business. Naye bw'otandika oyiga n'okola ki n'otereeza. Ontegedde. Ate waliwo enjawulo wakati ngenze mu the other profession of the business coach. Olifunayo obudde obulala ojje tukole ka video ka business coach tips.
Actually, you'll leave your contacts.
Yes, I will.
He's going to share his contacts, his link, social media handles.
Yes.
Where if you need mentorship,
yes,
you can follow him.
Exactly.
Facebook, you're on Facebook.
Exactly.
You are on which other?
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. So the editor for this video will be putting those media handles for you to follow me. So I wanted to tell you one last thing, at least for business people, that there's only one different thing for people that differentiate between an entrepreneur and the other one who is not an entrepreneur. One thing, and you need to decide where you fall. The entrepreneur will always will spend and also earn. Okay. That's the entrepreneur. I'll give an example. We all go and buy sugar. You get it? So I can go and buy sugar, who is an entrepreneur, but back home they are selling 3 bags for me. Okay. I have bought 1 kilo of sugar, and yet the other one who is not an entrepreneur will go to the shop and we all buy 1 kilo of sugar. Okay. The other one does not have anything to sell. Me, I am buying 1 kilo of sugar, and at the same time somebody at home is selling for me 3 bags. So that means I have removed, how much is a kilo of sugar? 3,500. And somebody at home has sold for me 3 bags at 30,000. That is how much? That is the 90,000 coming in. So I have taken away 3,500 and 90,000 is entering. So all of you out there, if you want to improve your lives, make sure as you spend, you are also earning somewhere. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you so much, Morris.
You're welcome.
Thank you for hosting me.
Oh, thank you for also coming. It's a pleasure seeing you.
Once again, I'm your girl, Ferilife from Uganda. Yeah. Tune in. Feel free to comment about this video. If you have any question, I'm going to leave the contacts of Morris. Hopefully you've learned something out of this video, and for new subscribers, I encourage you to keep on watching the videos. Thank you very much. See you next time.